Matthew Boyd. What do we have on him?
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
All right, just about ready for baseball. Trent Grisham getting ready to hit. And we're underway from Wrigley Field.
First pitch, 1 o'clock.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Foul ball, still 0-2. Ball 1 there. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that's the first out. As we take a look now at the New York Yankees lineup, we could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out, a lot of lift and separate, Chris.
We know hitters are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions, but I think even a little more so there's margin for error if you can get the ball up in the air. So, you'll see at times, I'm sure, with 2 strikes, what looks like a half swing that can get out of the ballpark with a hitter who's got decent pop.
Just underway here from Wrigley.
Come on, Matty B.
Right through there for a strike. And a big swing and a miss.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contacting balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Here's a 1-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. Judge wants to challenge this, thought it was a ball, and the strike call will stand. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left. Here comes Belly to take his guts. Up the middle, Swanson on the run, sends it over to first. It's there, and that's a great play. Now the Cubbies will get their first crack. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at Wrigley Field, and taking the ball for the Yankees, Max Fried. Always a treat to watch one of the best starters in the sport, Singy.
The opposing hitters are going to see a lot of cutters. This guy can throw it to the front side of the plate, the back side of the plate, so you're really not able to cheat to get the fat part of the bat on the baseball.
Michael Busch digs in now.
Number 29, Michael Busch.
On the ground, right side, and foul ball. Oh, 1 down.
That's a ball. Ball.
This one in the air, center field. Grisham settles under it. 1 away. Here's a look at the Cubs lineup. And Chris, a great matchup in this one. An ace caliber arm in the hill against a deep lineup.
You said it, Boog, and I'm really excited to see how this plays out. The kind of talent they'll be facing, these hitters have a tough task ahead of them. Should be really fun to watch, though.
Swings through that one for strike 1. Pitch misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. just
That's a ball.
missed.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think. Oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone. And the last two pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
So a man aboard now with one away.
Batting third, the left fielder, number 8.
In half up to hit. Got it started a little too early. Strike one.
Ball.
Man at first, one away. This one in the dirt. And now it's 1-2. Just
No,
missed.
that missed.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
This one drilled right center field. That one heading for the fence and gone. The two-run shot. The Cubs strike first. It's 2-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
To the right side. Goldie takes it to the bag, and he's out.
Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 4, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Now a chance for Pete Crow Armstrong. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass.
Ball. That's down.
Bounced, and that got the pitcher. Safe at first, and now we'll check on the lefty. Hope he's all right. And now they'll hustle out to check on him. That was quite a shot he took as you see him down on a knee.
Yeah, clearly in some real pain, but he will not want to come out of this game if he doesn't have to. It's looking to me like he's going to try to shake it off and continue.
The 0-1. And strike two.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Center field. Grisham moving under it. And that is that. But two come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this two-run homer. It's now a 2-0 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Here at Wrigley Field, and stepping in for the Yankees, Giancarlo Stanton.
First pitch strike right there for him. He's going to have to do that consistently if he's going to give any length to his skipper.
That's a ball.
Boyd, an all-star a season ago, 35 years old, and he was a 6th-round draft pick back in 2013.
Let's go, Matty
Next
That's a
offering
ball.
misses. Ball 2. Oh, great stop. Over to first. Nicely done for the out.
That is fifth. The first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
Looks like a really good fastball today. You can hear that catcher's mitt popping. Looking forward to hearing a lot of that one in this one.
Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2. Liner caught it second.
That is fifth. The second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. Close,
Nope,
but
ball.
call the ball. Ball 1.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2. Good eye in that spot. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That K is his third of the game. 1-2-3 go the Yankees. They trail things here 2-0. Bottom of the inning. So up now for Chicago, Moises Ballesteros.
That's perfect location, right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
A little out front there as he swings through it. That misses, and it's 2-2. Next offering is outside.
That's the ball.
That one misses.
No, that's ball 4. Runner, take your base.
Batting in, the shortstop, Gansby Swanson.
Ball, that's outside.
Ballesteros on at first, nobody out.
Ball, high. Hey, ha.
That one is
Ball,
upstairs.
that's up.
Way out front for strike 2. Line drive. Hops
Over
over
the
the
fence.
wall, and that's
Advance
an
to second
automatic
base.
double.
They're cooking with gas, Boog. 2 runners in scoring position with no outs and a great chance to keep doing damage with swings like the one we just saw for the automatic double. Looking to keep it going. Pass me that popcorn.
Nico Horner will come up to hit. Golden opportunity right here.
That missed. That's a ball.
Two in scoring position. Nobody out. Bottom half of inning number 2. Now 1-1. No question about this one. It's out of here. So he goes yard to left. And they add on. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Late with the swing there. The 0-1. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. And that one in the air center field. Grisham under it. And there's one down.
Up next for the Cubs.
Here's Alex Bregman. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Swings through that one. Yeah, that's in for a strike. And it's 0-2. That one ripped left field. And it finds the basket and gone. Alex Bregman sends it out. It's their second home run of the inning, and they boost their lead. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. No matter how this outing ends, that pitch is going to haunt him for a while. An 0-2 mistake. That's supposed to be a pitch out of the zone. He left it in the spot that the hitter could do some damage with, and that's exactly what he did.
And here comes the Yankees manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Max Fried will give way, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this. Out of the bullpen for the Yankees, number 80.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Just outside missed. Ball.
The 1-0. Backed off the plate that time.
Nope.
Activity in the bullpen for the Yankees. Ryan Yarbrough, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it could be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at-bat turns out.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. 2 away now. Pitch count in great shape. It seems you might have a chance to finish it.
The right fielder,
Seiya Suzuki, the next Cub to hit. He's 0 for 1. just off
No,
the
that missed.
outside
That's a ball.
edge. And that's ball one.
He really
Ball
committed
high.
to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
Two down, nobody on. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Bellinger has a beat on it, and that's the third out. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 6-0 ball game. Back here at the friendly confines. All set for the start of the inning.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that pitcher work to get you out.
Bush steps on the bag. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Batting eighth, the shortstop, Jose Caballero.
Jose Caballero stepping in now for the Yankees. The shortstop
No, that's
takes the
outside. Ball.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
And a foul ball. One now. And it's fouled away. The 1-2. Set down on strikes. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Well, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle. So I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
Wells not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge. So the call will stand. No challenges left for them now. Two down, nobody on. That one a little bit high, and 1-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. 9 straight retired here to start the game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at Wrigley Field. So up now for Chicago, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Pete Crow Armstrong.
You know, these Cubs really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. They jumped all over the starter and knocked him out of the game early. He just was never able to settle in, and the damage was done by the time he got the hook.
Here comes the 0-1. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down. Obviously, this type of run production isn't exactly sustainable game to game, but it's a good sign that a lot of hard work's been paying off.
Oh, he hit him.
That hit him.
And
Take
that
your
got him
base.
pretty flush.
Up next for the Cubs.
First and second and nobody out. And now the DH, Moises Ballesteros. He walked and came around to score his first time up. Tied him up inside with that one.
Big time gem right there. I hate it as a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit.
Ball.
First and second, no outs here in the last half of the third. No, he doesn't get the
ball.
call. Ball 2.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
And that one is lifted in the air. Judge on the move. Brings it in. Runner tags at second. The throw to third. He makes it to third. Good base running to move up with only one out.
Number 7, shortstop, Yansby Swanson.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
When you throw a fastball by a guy like that, I imagine it's got to feel incredible. Look for him to throw it again at some point.
And a foul ball. Two on, one out. Outside
ball.
low. 1-2 the count. Struck him out looking.
The batter,
Boog,
number
he was
2,
shopping at the
second
buckle right
baseman,
there, the way that slider
Nico
made him look. That was just nasty.
Horner.
Here's Nico Horner. He's already homered here in this one.
I know we're still early in the stages of this game, but this at bat has the potential of being a difference maker. You've got to stay calm in the box.
Ball 1,
Ball,
no
outside.
strikes.
Hee-haw!
2 aboard, 2 outs. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
The 1-2.
Fake!
Out on strikes.
A couple of strikeouts with runners on. Sometimes you got to really bear down, and he did just that. Nice job of getting out of the jam and out of the inning.
Start of the 4th. Here's the Yankees leadoff hitter, Trent Grisham. Hard hit, right side. Bush takes it himself. 1 pitch and 1
Up
out.
next for the Yankees, the right fielder, number 99, Aaron Judge.
Swings through that.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
The Yanks hitless so far in the game. And now 1-2.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Out. 2 away now after the drop third strike.
Up next for the Yankees, the left fielder, Cody Bellinger.
2 down, bases empty. Here's Cody Bellinger. Grounded out to short in his first trip. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game.
Ball.
Boog, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though...
And he goes airborne to make the catch.
That one was ticketed for the gap, but couldn't get through security. Great job there of leaping, making the catch, and ending the inning.
Ready to go, bottom 4. Here's the Cubs leadoff man, Michael Busch. swing and a high fly ball left field. Bellinger under this one. And a quick out, number one.
Up next for the Cubs, third baseman, number 3, Alex Bregman.
Fought off foul.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
The Cubbies up big in this one. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Swings through that one, out in front that time. Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, sort of pitch you're hoping for, a bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location, but clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
Happ, the next to hit, takes ball 1. And that is out of play.
One more time.
Late on that fastball. Now a screamer into the outfield. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Safely into second. He's got a double.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Knee high, that's in for a strike. Man at second.
Ball. That's high.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should score the run. The run comes in to score from second. Now the tag at second, and he's out. Trying for 2. And that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Cubs 7 and the Yankees nothing. Here at Wrigley Field, we go to the top of the 5th. Giancarlo Stanton stepping in now for the Yankees.
You know, these Yankees just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. We're in the back half of the game, and they're still searching for a base runner. He's been great out there on the mound, no doubt, but it's also been a disappointing performance at the plate to this point.
Liner, base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Up next for the
Showed a
Yankees,
willingness to
the
drive
first
that
baseman,
pitch the opposite
Paul
way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Ha!
At this point, they'll take base runners any way they can get them, then hope it turns into something more, but this might end up being one of those games to forget.
They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Here's a 1-1. He swings and fouls one off. Next offering upstairs. Just
No,
misses
that's
the
inside.
mark outside the zone. Got him looking for the K. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Well, he's showing some pretty dominating stuff out there in this one, not just in terms of swing and miss, but also in terms of command. You know, all of the strikeouts, they kind of speak for themselves, but when you don't walk anyone, you're demonstrating that you have the confidence in your abilities to truly go right after opposing batters.
Out to short. Off-balance feed. There's one. Double play.
Get out of there.
What a clean killing to end the inning. Another frame in the books as the perfect game falls by the wayside. It's the Cubs 7 and the Yankees nothing. Back here at the friendly confines. So up now for Chicago, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Pete Crow Armstrong.
And first offering is fouled off. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. The 1-1. Scorched to center. No doubt about it. That is long gone. A solo shot. And they add to their lead. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. It's like he's playing wiffle ball up there, and that's typically not the easiest way to hit a home run. To the slight opposite field, into the gap. Man, making it look easy, that's for sure.
Ball, that's it.
Kelly goes 6'1", 210 pounds, and he was a 2nd-round pick back in 2012. Pulls that one foul. The 1-1. And there's a foul ball. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
That was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Ballesteros up for the 3rd time and takes ball 1. 1 out, base is empty, and a run in. Last half of inning number 5. Sliced hard but foul. And a swing and a miss there. Gets to it, on to first. Got him. 2 gone after the strikeout.
Kind of muffed that strikeout pitch right there. I'm not sure if he got crossed up or tied up, but either way, good composure to recover and finish the out at first. That's a play you could easily panicked on and throw into right field.
2 down, nobody on. And a swing and a miss. Got him swinging for the K. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. Cubs get 1 on the solo shot. It's now an 8-0 game. Back at the ballpark, let's take a look at some of the moments that stand out to us. So up next,
Leading off
Ryan
for the Yankees,
McMahon.
the third baseman, Ryan McMahon.
That just
That's a ball.
misses. And that is ball 1. Next offering is fouled back. And a 1-1. Way out front for strike 2. Line drive to short and caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Swing and a foul out of play. Right through there for a strike. Swings through it for the K. Strikeout number 8.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the catcher, Austin Wells. Struck out swinging his first time.
That missed. That's a ball.
And that's outside. Next offering in there for a strike. That's strike 1. And that's a strike. Pitch misses
No,
there.
that's out.
Full count now. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here at Wrigley Field, their offense has produced a lot of hits so far, as we see from the spray chart.
Yeah, it looks like they've been spreading it out pretty well in this one, Boog. Spraying the ball all over the yard. Good team effort at the dish.
And that's hammered into right field. And that's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Up next for the Cubs,
Back to the leadoff spot in the Cubs lineup. Michael Busch now at the plate. 0 for 3 in this one. That one pushed to the left and foul. Horner aboard here at first with nobody out. Jackknifes out of the way.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Ground ball right side. One at second. To first. Double play. Nicely done.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
Aaron Boone makes his way out of the dugout, and he will make a move to the bullpen. Number 80 won't go any further. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for the
New
Yankees,
pitcher for the Yankees, Paul Blackburn. He's into the game with the bases empty.
That's a ball. Outside.
Two down, nobody on. On the ground. It's in and out of his glove. Gets off a throw. Misplay doesn't cost him. Inning over. Cubs are down quietly as it remains an 8-0 game. Here at Wrigley Field, we go to the top of the 7th. Trent Grisham stepping in now for the Yankees.
Seems like the hitters are struggling with their timing today. Kind of caught in between that sharp fastball and the nasty slider. I'd like to see him settle on a consistent pitch.
The 0-1. Swings here and drives one well left field. Way back, and you can forget it. And they're on the scoreboard. It's 8-1.
Well, there goes the shutout. Just like that. They're still behind, but this is a start. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to bottle that type of approach.
Hurt.
The 0-1.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
Ball.
Misses
That's
just
a ball.
off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
And ball
Take
4.
your baseball,
Judge
4.
takes
Up
his
next for
walk.
the Yankees, the left fielder, Cody Bellinger.
So a man aboard. So up next for New York, Cody Bellinger. That one laced to center and a base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
Up next for the Yankees, the designated hitter, Giancarlo Stanton.
First
That's
pitch
a ball.
just misses. Swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. Here comes the throw. Runner stops at third, and they're at the corners with nobody out.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
And Paul Goldschmidt will come up to hit.
Yeah!
Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and
Ball,
third.
that's high.
In this situation, he's trying to get you to pop something up or jam you. That's a really good take, knowing you got an opportunity to drive in a run here.
On a line. He makes the grab. Runner tags for home. It's a sac fly as he comes across to score, and it's 8-3.
Well, he hit that one pretty well. I think it would have been a lot more than a sac fly if not for that nice play by the outfielder to track you down. Good job of getting the run in.
On a line out towards center. And he makes the catch.
Up next for the Yankees, the third
And
baseman,
here's a look at how
Ryan.
he's using his pitches in this one. There's Ryan McMahon now. Left field. Hap on his horse. Makes the catch up against the wall in foul territory. 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 a solo shot. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Cubs 8 and the Yankees 3. Bottom of the 7th,
Leading
so
off
up now for
the
Chicago,
Cubs,
Ian
the left
Happ.
fielder, number 8, Ian Happ.
Ball.
Late swing, foul to the left. And Ian swings through it.
You know, that's a swing you'll see a lot against a good sinker. Just right over the top. Tough to barrel that up.
And a 1-2. Way
Ball.
inside. There's a swing and a drive. That was
That's foul.
foul, and he'll see another. Two now. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Two on the way. And that's
the ball.
downstairs and outside.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
High fly ball down the left field line. Going back, Bellinger, back some more.
Foul.
And it lands foul. So we reset, and we'll do it again. Payoff pitch. And that one hit to first. Goldie takes it to the bag. He didn't make things easy for him there, but they still get the out.
The right fielder, Seiya Suzuki.
Ball.
Up the middle. Over to Goldie. Play is made, 2 out.
Up next for the Cubs, the center fielder, number 4, Pete.
2 down, base is empty. And now the center fielder, Pete Crow Armstrong. 3 for 3, 2 singles and a homer.
Ball.
Swings through that one for strike 1.
Let's go, Pete.
2 down, nobody on. And that one
Ball,
missing
that's low.
low. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. Nothing happening there for the Cubs, but they lead at 8-3.
Now pitching for
New
the
pitcher
Cubs,
in the game for the Cubs,
number
Javier
72,
Assad.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in
Leading off for the
situations like this as
the
well.
shortstop, Jose Caballero.
Ball out.
Assad,
Ball.
6'1" righty, 28 years old, and he's a native of Mexico.
Here we go, Javier.
Here's a 2-0.
Nope. Ball.
And that's in
Yeehaw.
for a strike.
In this situation, you expect the batters to be a little more patient, possibly take until they get a strike. With that, you don't want to miss your opportunity to get ahead early in the count. He didn't right there.
Line to second, snagged on the bounce. Horner over to first. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
Up next for the Yankees, the catcher, number 28,
Austin Wells stepping in now for the Yankees. Who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. That one
Nope,
close,
ball.
rule the ball. Ball 1. Catcher challenge, we'll take another look. And that one did find the strike zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. On the ground to short. In time to Bush. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th.
Up next for the Yankees, the center fielder, number 12, Trent Grisham.
Two down, nobody on, and we're in the top of the 8th. Tap foul at the plate. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. 2 down, nobody on. And that one got a piece
Victor
of it.
base, that hit him.
Up next for the Yankees, the right fielder, number 99.
Here is Aaron Judge. A walk and a pair of strikeouts. Foul ball there. That one found hard the other way. Next pitch
No,
misses.
that's up.
Going to count 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Got him swinging for the strikeout. That's the first sweeper we've seen today, and the batter made a mess of it. Back here at the friendly confines. Now the Cubs catcher, Carson Kelly.
Kelly.
No, ball. Hee-haw.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. One gone here.
Well, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
Ripped, but it curls foul. Here's your 1.
That's a ball.
Swing and a ground ball. Jazz tosses to first. 2 away.
The batter, number 7, shortstop, Gansby.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Paul Blackburn done for the afternoon. And as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching for the
Ryan Yarbrough taking over on the mound.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Swanson digs in. 1 for 3. That's off the
That's it,
inside
ball.
corner. Ball 1. That's ripped into the outfield, and that's got extra bases written all over it. In safely with a double, his second of the day.
Having a really nice game here. That's his second extra base hit. He got a pitch he could drive, but he didn't get too excited like a lot of guys do and pull off the baseball. Really good timing all the way through the swing, and the barrel was so on playing with the ball. Easy drive into the gap for that double.
First
That's the
offering
ball.
way inside, almost got him. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the bottom half of the 8th inning.
Nope,
Action
that's
in the pen
outside.
down
Ball.
there. Jake Bird, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Man on second, 2 down. A little bit
No,
high.
that's high.
Ball 3. And there's
Hiya.
the automatic. And ball 4 to
Take your
aboard.
base.
Up next for the Cubs, the first baseman, Michael Bush.
First and second, 2 outs. Michael Bush, the next Cub to hit. That one fouled off. Two on, 2 outs. Foul ball. Got him swinging. It's the Cubs 8 and the Yankees 3. On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton, and stepping in for New York, Cody Bellinger. In the air, left field. Pat on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for the Yankees, the designated hitter, Giancarlo Stanton.
Oh, yeah.
Swings through that one. In the air to left center. Coming on his hat. He's there to make the catch.
Up next for the Yankees, the first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
So it's their last chance in this one. Next to hit, Paul Goldschmidt.
That's up. That's a ball.
2 down, nobody on. Here at the top of the 9th.
Ball up.
Looked like it
That's
was a
high.
little
That's
bit
a ball.
up. Right through
High.
there for a strike. Assad is just 1 strike away. On the ground to the
Foul
left.
ball.
And it goes just foul. Two down, nobody on. Line drive, base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
The batter, number 13, second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
No, that missed.
Goldie off of first with 2 away.
Ball.
That one fouled off. 2-2. Got him. That's the ball game.
These hitters had the long ball working for them today. 4 home runs had a lot to do with them coming out on top.
8-3 the final in this one. The Cubs go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.